What was your main goal when when we first jumped on the phone together?
That's a good question. So I would say that actually back when we started, it was mostly, okay, I need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
So are you the guy to help out or not? And that's really how the whole thing started. And I think we are pretty far from that as a goal now.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how your goal changed?
I think like the initial goal, of course, as is something that was very important, and we have reached it. It was actually in a way also like not as difficult as you would think. As you started, like, oh my god, how are we gonna do this? But it was actually like with the right help, it was very straightforward. You just have to actually work. But then during that time, what changes is a couple of different things. So one is that it's not just a transformation for the sake of losing weight, but it's a transformation that has an impact on your lifestyle, on three components of your lifestyle, right? So on what you eat, on how much you move, and on the workouts you do. And then the second goal that changes is also on like how you work out and what you can achieve, because you actually understand that it's not just about losing the weight, but it's more, or it's also about building strength for the future, which is quite handy.
Sweet. I love that. All important things. Yeah. And what are 2 or 3 wins that you can share with us, like after all these months working together?
Okay, that's a good question as well. So I would say losing weight, but that is not the main win, because yes, we lost lots of weight. Was it like 10, 12 kilos last spring, 2021? But I think the win now is that we are 1 year later, and it's been kind of basically maintaining the weight in a very healthy way, and building muscles, and then going through a new smaller deficit, smaller cut. So I think the biggest win there was actually not just losing the weight, because that's a temporary goal. It's what you build afterwards that allows you to build a little bit more muscles and also maintain the weight in a certain way. So I think that would be like absolute number one. Then of course the results you achieve at the gym, they're like, you feel very good about that. And it's not just physical, it's mental, because you learn, you grow, and you feel good with yourself, and then you just physically feel better with yourself as well.
Wow, so cool. So like less
Yeah.
fat, more muscle, more strength. Amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good deal.
Well, I'm just wondering, what would you say to someone who is thinking about joining, but he's convinced that it will not work for him?
So I think like it's all about the attitude and how you you approach it, right? I think it's not true that it will work for me and not work for you. It's more like, well, it will work for you, but so it will work for me, but not for someone else, right? It's more like, okay, what's my attitude as I get into this, and am I gonna just follow the steps? The thing, like the easiest thing, and that's kind of the luxury of a program like this, like, is that I don't need to think. Once a week we talk, and there's the exercises, there is like different things. If I have a problem, I just tell you about it. Like, to be honest, in a way, I do not want to think. I just, have someone that is there with me to help in the process. I need to do, so I need to execute, but I don't need to think what I need to execute. Now, what happens is that, after a few months, of course, I also learn what I need to execute, and, everything is easier. So, then just the knowledge compounds, you're just more efficient. But especially at first, I think like, the main hurdle one feels is like, oh my God, how am I going to do all these things? What do I need to do? What do I need to think about? But the thing is that you don't need to think, you just have to do. And then things will happen.
I like that. Remove the thinking so that you can focus on your goals. Amazing.
Excellent.
Well, Andrea, good luck for your current cut. Looking forward to see what
Thanks.
it brings you. And thank you so much for taking the time to record the interview.
Thanks to you.